So today we got kind of a dark academia inspired vibe going on, but I'm still wearing jeans because I'm just a little bit too much of a hick to fully commit to the academia lifestyle. Hi, my name is Adriana, and today I'll be going over my reading stats for the first quarter of 2022. Overall, with this video, I'd like to kind of see where I'm at after the first 3 months of the year, where I'm at compared to my goals that I set at the beginning of the year / end of last year, and just kind of get a feel for if I'm going to actually meet the goals I set for myself. So if that sounds interesting, please consider liking and commenting on this video and subscribing to my channel if you like bookish things. To get started, I will look at book count for each month. January was rough. We only read 2 books. Well, I guess we only finished 2 books in January, 5 in February, and 6 in March. So a little bit of a upward trend there. So obviously the total of those is 13. 13 times 4 puts me at 52. That puts me right in line with my goal of 50 total books for the end of the year. But breaking that down into physical reads versus audiobooks, of the 13 books I read in the first quarter, 8 of those I read with my eyeballs. So if we do 8 times 4, that puts me at 32, which again, right in line with the 30 books I wanted to read at the end of the year. And then I listened to 5 audiobooks. 5 times 4, 20, exactly, perfectly in line with where I want to be at the end of the year. So my total book count goal, I think I am perfectly on track. As long as I can maintain what I've done in this first quarter, I should be there with a total of 50 books, 30 of those being eyeball reads, 20 of those being audiobooks. My next goal gets a little bit not as good. So my second goal for 2022 was to have an average page length of 450 pages for my books. I am currently standing at 404.6. That 0.6 is important. Yeah, we got some work to do on this one, but I am going to be reading some definitely longer books this month and throughout the next quarter, so hopefully I'll be able to bump that up a little bit. Even worse, my median page length is 396.5. So, I mean, I guess it's good to see I don't have too many outliers. My median and my average are pretty close. My median and mean are pretty close. So, we're doing okay there. My other goals for the year were like specific books I wanted to read. One of those was Cloud Cuckoo Land, which I read and I loved. I have a review of it on my channel. I currently don't have my copy because I lent it out to some friends to read. Another book I wanted to read was at least the first in the Poppy War trilogy to see if I liked it. I'm currently reading Poppy War, so as long as I finish this first book and gauge whether or not I want to finish the series, I'm good on that goal.
Hey, so I forgot to mention this during recording, so I'm going to jump in with an awkward voiceover, but these are all the books that I had planned to read in my Q1 TBR video that I did a few months back, and I managed to read all of them. So, another goal I met.
The only individual book goal I have left is For Whom the Bell Tolls by Ernest Hemingway. I haven't planned my reading for this yet, but I think I'm probably going to save it till the last quarter of the year because, as I mentioned in my goals video, I'm going to Sun Valley, Idaho, February of 2023, and I want to read this before I go to Sun Valley, so I think I have basically the whole year, so I'll probably put this off till that last quarter. Jumping into stats that are not tied to any specific goal, my percent audiobook is 38.4%, and my percent borrowed from the library is 53.3%. So far, the total amount of money I've spent on books has been $268.37, which is a lot. So, you know, maybe a new goal will be to try to curb that spending a little bit throughout the rest of the year. And I have saved $107.68 by using my library to borrow books. So now I think it's time to jump into some fun graphs. Yay! I love graphs. So the first one we'll start with is my genre breakdown. I'm gonna look at it on the iPad. You can look at it right here. So my most read genre is actually a 4-way tie between fantasy, mystery thriller, nonfiction, and romance. So we're keeping it even Stevens across the board for most read genre. My page length histogram looks a little wonky just because my sample size isn't very big yet. Like I said, I've only read 13 books so far, so it'll fill in and look a little bit better as the year progresses. And then in my place in a series breakdown, we're almost 50-50 between standalones and the start of series, which is not great for me. I honestly cannot believe I've started 6 new series. What are all these series I'm starting? Yeah, I guess I have started many new series. This is ridiculous. And then my histogram of the publish year of the books I'm reading is obviously heavily weighted to new releases, but I've gotten very into NetGalley and just new releases in general, so it's honestly probably not going to look that different as the year continues on. And then my format breakdown, pretty weighted towards audiobooks, and my physical reads are almost halfway split between hardbacks and ebooks. Like I said, I'm reading a lot of new releases, so I'm either reading e-arcs or hardbacks, because not a lot of things are releasing in paperback anymore, which is a shame, because paperback is my preferred print book. I think in general I prefer reading off my e-reader, but if I have to choose between paperback and hardback, paperback much easier on my hands. And then finally we have my Gantt chart. This is my visualization of when I'm reading stuff in the year. As you can see, the cell itself kind of represents the whole year from January 1st to December 31st, and the bar within the cell kind of represents when I started a book and when I finished it within this year. So American Prometheus is still a full bar because my partner and I haven't finished it yet, because we're only listening to it a couple minutes at a time. And it is a 26-hour audiobook, so that will probably take a while for us to finish. But those are all my stats for the year so far. I'm feeling pretty good. I think I'm gonna hit my goals. I'm very optimistic that I will hit all of my goals and that they will all happen, and I am just really enjoying all the reading I've done so far this year. I've had some really, really great reads. I've had a couple 5 stars already, which is great. Love me some 5 stars. So please comment down below what kind of reading stats you keep track of. Give me some inspiration for tracking some more stats. I love stats. And thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.